Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am your humbled host, Save Our Children TV. Back at it with a brand new video. Before I get started, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you'll be notified every single time I drop a brand new video. Subscribe to my Crime Time channel, Save Our Children TV channel, and Charles Reactions so you'll get notified every single time I drop a brand new video. Today we have 6 crazy stories. Our first story takes us to Mobile, Alabama. Mobile takes an L. We have a 1-year-old baby in the ICU after the father allegedly poured boiling water on her. This story happened on October 10th, which was Monday, 2022, at 1:27 p.m. So this is the father, and this is the child in question. Here's the article. Disturbing details coming out on the child abuse allegations involving boiling water. The details are very disturbing. Look, Victoria Lett says her 1-year-old daughter, Royalty, is at USA's Children and Women's Hospital suffering from severe burns. 19% of her head is burnt up. Like all this is gone, Lett said, and my baby just in the hospital fighting for her life. Investigators are alleging the baby's father, 23-year-old Eugene Sneed, poured boiling water down the child's throat. I got in the apartment and my whole I got in the apartment and my whole baby face is messed up. Let explain her whole head, her left shoulder is just like ooh, ow. I think that's what it says. OOH. Let says she's angry and wants the person responsible for hurting her child locked up. She said she left the house to go to an event Sunday, but when she got back home, she could not recognize her daughter. I couldn't even stand to look at her. I couldn't even keep calm. I couldn't even maintain my body for real. For real, so we rushed her to the hospital, and from there her injuries just started worsening, she said. Let says Royalty was left alone with the child's father, Eugene Sneed. Court documents show what allegedly happened. According to the documents, on Sunday, Sneed allegedly poured boiling water down the throat of the child, causing internal injuries, as well as multiple burns to the child's face. Why would you do something like this to an innocent baby? It's not right. Royalty's aunt Carolette said the baby was there. She thought she was in a safe home with her father. It wasn't right what he did to our baby. He messed up our life with this. She was just an innocent child. As Royalty's continued to fight in the ICU, her mother wants justice. Her lungs critical, everything's critical. That's how they know it was done purposely. They said it was an initial thing that he did. Justice for Royalty. That's all we want. That's all we want. The Mobile County, the Mobile County DA's office filed a motion late Thursday asking a judge to revoke Sneed's bond. He was scheduled to go on trial later this month on a domestic violence charge. Court documents say he's being charged with aggravated child abuse. He was booked into the Mobile County Metro Jail on that charge overnight. The record showed Friday morning. In court Friday, a judge denied bond in the case. Sneed's arraignment is set for October the 17th. Here is the news video. Fair use.
19% of her head is burnt up, like all this is gone. And my baby just in the hospital fighting for her life.
This story is just going to shock you. Child abuse allegations involving boiling water. Now, I want to warn you, the details are very disturbing. Ariel Mallard is in studio with us, just uncovering the stunning accusations. She joins us from the Breaking News Center. And Ariel, in addition to some new court documents you have, you also talked to the victim's mother tonight.
Yeah, I did, Byron, and it was a very emotional interview for the both of us. The woman's 1-year-old daughter is in Children's and Women's Hospital tonight, suffering from severe burns. Now, about an hour ago, I found these court documents that were just posted about the case. Investigators are alleging that the baby's father poured boiling water down the child's throat. I get in the apartment, my baby face, it just messed up her whole head, her left shoulder. It just like, ooh. Tonight, a Pritchard mother is angry and wants the person responsible for hurting her child locked up. Victoria Lett says her baby Royalty was severely burned, allegedly, by the child's father. This is a picture of her in ICU at USA Children's and Women's. Lett says she left the house to go to an event, but when she got back home, she couldn't recognize her daughter. I can't even stand to even look at her. I can't even keep calm. I can't even maintain my body for real. So we rushed her to the hospital, and from then her injuries had just started worsening. Lett says Royalty was left alone with the child's father, 23-year-old Eugene Sneed. Breaking tonight, court documents show what allegedly happened. According to the documents, on Sunday, Sneed allegedly poured boiling water down the throat of the child, causing internal injuries, as well as multiple burns to the child's face. Would do something like this to an innocent baby. It's not right. Like, that baby was there, or she thought she was, in a safe home with her father. It wasn't right what he did to our baby. He messed up our life with this. My baby, she was just an innocent child. As Royalty continues to fight in the ICU, her mother wants justice. Her lungs, critical, everything. Critical. That's how they know that it was done purposely. They say it was an intentional thing that he did. Justice for us. That's all we want. And the Mobile County DA's office filed this motion late this afternoon asking a judge to revoke Sneed's bond. He was scheduled to go on a trial later this month on a domestic violence charge. As of now, Sneed has not been taken into custody. Now, these court documents say he's being charged with aggravated child abuse. Live in the studio tonight, Ariel Mallory, Fox 10 News.
I have a question. First of all, this is a prime example why children from the ages of 18 to 27 should not be having children. It's a prime example. Number one, he was too young to be laying down having children. 23 years old. I'm 24. Now, this is the thing. If this mother would have did a background check on this man, day one, she would have thought twice of being in a relationship with this man. Number one, why would you be pouring hot water down anybody's throat? And number two, why would you think it would be okay to harm your own seed the way you did? This child did not ask to be here. So the fact that you was coward enough to abuse your child tells you what type of man you are. Women, stop making dumb decisions and stop being in these toxic relationships with guys who abuse their children. And it goes for women too. Men, stop allowing women to be in a relationship with you when they're abusing your children. Abuse is serious. Forget aggravated assault. This should have been attempted murder. Pour hot water down somebody's throat, let alone a 1 year old. Do you know what could happen? I know people who died from drinking hot boiling water. It can cause internal injuries. It could turn life. It could become life threatening injuries. It could cause major problems within the body. You harmed your 1 year old daughter. What's the father's name again? Eugene Sneed. Eugene Sneed. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be embarrassed. And there is a special place in hell where you're going to end up for abusing a child who cannot defend themselves and who cannot speak for themselves against the ignorance, okay, against the ignorance that you bring upon them. You made an ignorant decision to abuse your child. Like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notification. Let's go back to her name. I think her name was Royalty. Keep Royalty in your thoughts and prayers for speedy recovery. Prayer hands in the comment section. Just devastating all the way around. You know what I'm saying? This guy, should never been able to have children in the first place. And, when you lay down with someone that you quote unquote love, bad things happen. Just falling in love with his child. We're on to our second story.
My dread is so defeated out here in the world.
Next Powerball drawing is presented by Jackpot. Jackpot lets you play official state lottery games right on your phone. Just pick your numbers and place your ticket order. See the score ticket.
You got pushing trash over here and you ain't picking it up.
What's
that?
Go to first ticket. Play the lottery. Skip the lottery.
This is not the drill. It's not every minute making prices order online. Pizza 20% off. 20% off anything that's not pizza. Yep, it's not the drill. It's 20% off everything. Only $1.
Harris County, Texas takes that L. Rock with it. My second story out of 6. A man fatally shoots wife during an argument over text messages and his phone. DeBreon Banks, 27, is being held in a $75,000 bond after being charged with murder and the death of his common-law wife. A woman was shot to death after investigators said she got in an argument with a common-law husband over text messages and a cell phone, according to the Harris County Sheriff's Office. DeBreon Brooks, 27, was charged with murder. He's currently in custody, and the judge set his bond at $75,000. Harris County Sheriff's deputies were called at 11 p.m. Monday to an apartment complex in the 6200 block of East 10 Houston Parkway near the Crosby Freeway. When they arrived, officers found a 24-year-old woman suffering from a gunshot wound. She pronounced dead, and paramedics got to the scene. Investigator said Banks told deputies his wife had shot herself after an argument over his cell phone. Hunter Sheriff's Office, the couple's 3-year-old daughter and 20-month-old son were inside the apartment at the time of the shooting. None of the children were harmed. They had been given to family members. HCSO said neighbors reported hearing a disturbance, a gunshot, and then a man screaming at his wife. She shot herself. Homicide detectives were called to the scene, and Banks was detained. Investigators eventually concluded the Banks and the victim had got into an argument over text messages on his phone. Deputies said it escalated to a physical confrontation, and at some point, shots were fired. Banks was arrested. He was last reported to be behind bars at the Harris County Jail. Now, I talk about this a lot. Domestic violence. If you're in a domestic situation, get out of it. It is not good for you, and it's sure not good for your children. We're talking about a 3-year-old and a 20-month-old who are now without a mother, and their father is behind bars. And the fact that he would be that cowardly and shoot his wife
I told you.
and the children are in the apartment and you're gonna shoot your wife right in front of your children. It's like some people don't need children. Some people should not have the right to have children. If this is the way you act behind closed doors, then just tell me, just imagine how it is in public. I always said abusive relationships are dangerous because it goes from egg assault to first degree murder. It is dangerous. If you are in an abusive relationship, get out of that relationship. If you can't do it for yourself, you need to do it for your children because there's a 3-year-old and a 20-month-old who are now without a mother, and a father. The father in prison and the mother is dead because the father shot her over a dispute over text messages. Text messages. I mean, was it worth it? Was it worth gunning down the mother of your children? I mean, seriously, was it worth it? We gotta make better decisions. We really do. Like, comment, and subscribe.
What kind of child is you? You get on your mother's nerves.
Here's the deal. Who was on the nose statue of David? They're just spelling it out for your board right here. This is David Batista.
Yeah, who's right?
You know what was also created this
You want story 3 out of 6?
Whoa!
that makes sense. We have the comic book clues. Not only was this person actually Batman himself, he also played a supervillain in Spider-Man: Homecoming. We saw the meteorite from 1988. His big famous movie Beetlejuice was from 1988. This is Michael Keaton, everyone.
Just give me a second. Okay, well, this next story is from Hamilton County. Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Dester said Rodriguez beat the now 13-year-old with belts and spoons with her food, refused to allow the child to use the restroom, and strapped the child to a bed. Her husband, Dangle, did nothing, prosecutor said. So it looks like a husband and wife beat their stepson. And and you know, you know, I don't understand when people again, like people have children, you can't take any responsibility, but yet you're abusing innocent children who are next to be here. So once again, you're failing yourself as parents, you know. And these two parents come today in court, and that'll be that. And this is what says I was going to talk about a third story. Let's see.
You like a demon it. Why? The one with the big green ears. Big green ears. Big green ears. I say, I think Jamie Foxx is Martin Tyler Fox. That's why. That's kind of over there.
Now, look, if you still haven't claimed your $6,895 from this education stimulus program, yo, you need to claim this now before the funds run out. Now, this is a government program, and it can pay you up to $6,895 to go back to school.
Leon Fox is now began cases of charges of sexual misconduct with a child and will remain behind.
Today on stage that people would expect him to do this. And he had a big football party bus, the extreme hair, the extreme clothes. We saw the Bulldog, obviously Bulls, Chicago Bulls. I think this could be Dennis Rodman.
Look, I'll put that together. She's standing in the car.
He had mentioned to try it in the last episode, so I've been really having fun with it. And the recently single Jason Momoa.
Oh my God.
But I think this singer is a little taller than Jason, and I think I know who it is. Now you've seen the Shield, the logo.
Greenville County, South Carolina. Check that out. A Greenville County couple in their 70s has been charged with a string of sexual assaults between 2005 and 2012, according to the Greenville County Sheriff's Office. Investigators with the Greenville County Sheriff's Office Crimes Against Children Unit have charged 74-year-old Harry Rams O'Neill and his wife, 72-year-old Andrea Campbell O'Neill. Deputies said the investigation began on January 6, 2022, after receiving information alleging the sexual abuse. Following an extensive investigation and execution of at least one search warrant, investigators said it learned that the O'Neills committed multiple sexual acts on two unidentified children who were between ages of 11 and 19. Along with alleged forced sexual acts on the victims, who O'Neill reportedly filmed the economist and forced the actual acts with other groups men. Harry O'Neill was arrested Thursday afternoon and is currently in the Greenville County Detention Center on the following charges: trafficking in persons, producing, promoting, or directing actual performances by a child under 18, engaging children under 18 for acts, first degree criminal actual conduct, 2 counts of second degree criminal actual conduct with the minor, 2 counts of third degree criminal actual conduct with the minor, first degree actual exploitation of a minor, and perjury. Andrea O'Neill was also arrested Thursday afternoon and taken to the Greenville County Detention Center on the following charges: third-degree criminal actual conduct with the minor, 2 counts of unlawful neglect of a child. Andrea O'Neill was given a $40,000 bond, and Henry O'Neill was given a no bond. The investigation is still ongoing. Harry O'Neill once was employer of the nonprofit Theft Upstate, which provides services to people with disabilities in Greenville County, according to the agency's executive director, Tyler Rex. Rex said Harry O'Neill was hired in 2003 and served in administrative functions and human resources and as part of the training team until his departure in January of 2020, when his position was eliminated, along with others in the organization. He released the statement on behalf of the agency. Everyone is heartbroken and shocked at this news. We never had any indication of inappropriate behavior by him with any clients or other theft employees. Our hearts and concerns now goes to the victims. Hold on. It's an ads. I'm gonna do this video for you guys.
A Greenville County couple charged in connection with a string of child sexual assaults. Deputies arrested 74-year-old Harry O'Neill and his wife, 73-year-old Andrea. We're told the assaults happened between 2005 and 2012. The 2 victims were between the ages of 11 and 19 years old. Deputies say O'Neill reportedly filmed the encounters and forced the victims to perform sexual acts with other various men. Deputies say the investigation was launched January 6th after receiving information about the alleged abuse.
He's destroyed pieces now. He's free. Like, every time.
I really want to know.
So you got two of the same people when she was a child and then when she was um, an adult. And this is the story we was talking about behind the nine and child abuse case, where they the two men and women in the 70s were engaging in unacceptable behavior. Number one, for you to be in your 70s and to be abusing, using, and you know what I'm saying, doing horrible things to children. I would be concerned if you was to have a bond and was able to get out of jail. You know, some people are just really, really sick in the head to go and have acts with kids. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, people should be able to trust, in particular, children should be able to trust adults, not be victimized and used as a toy. You know what I'm saying? And this is the thing. You don't understand. What people don't understand is that children cannot consent to have acts with adults, goes to children. So when you have people go out and preying on the innocent, which are children, then that becomes a major issue because you have to tell yourself that there's something wrong with you. And if you have been doing this for over 2 years, then these people should have been in jail. They are sick, and the wife is just as guilty by association. She didn't call 911. She didn't do nothing. And because of that, children were victimized. These two needs life in prison. Like, comment, and subscribe. Chat. And this story happened 3 days ago. We're on story 3. No, we're on story 4 out of 6. Nassau County, Florida. Nassau County, Florida. Takes it in. Two men, and I was watching this, I believe it was yesterday on YouTube. Two men are arrested after two children are shot in road rage incident, Nassau County Sheriff says. Two men were arrested after two children were injured in a road rage shooting over the weekend that started in Duval County and stretched into Nassau County, authorities said. At a news conference on Monday morning, Nassau County Sheriff Bill Leeper said that the incident occurred around 6 p.m. Saturday on US 1 near Callahan and stretched for several miles. He noted that multiple 911 calls were made. A guy in an SUV is driving reckless. One 911 call could be heard saying in audio obtained by News4 Jax, I think they're hurling. They're both hurling, but according to a witness, Leaper said there was a black Dodge Ram pickup truck with 5 occupants and a gray Nissan Nurano Sport utility vehicle with 3 occupants involved in the incident, which a witness described as a cat and mouse game. William Joseph Hale was driving in the Ram, and Frank Ellison was driving in the Murano, both in US 1 from the Jacksonville area, both speeding, driving erratically, and brake checking each other, Leaper said. At some point, according to the Leaper, the driver of the Ram got up alongside the Milano, rolled a window down, and began shouting at the driver of the Milano to pull over. A passenger of the Moreno then rolled down a window and made an obscene gesture, and the driver of the Moreno rolled down his window to shout back at the other driver, but the plastic water bottle was thrown from the Ram into the Nissan, according to Leaper. According to the Nissan driver, Allison, the water bottle did not hurt him or cause him to lose control of the vehicle, Leaper said. The sheriff said David Moreno then grabbed his .45 caliber semi-automatic handgun and fired one shot at the Ram, which went through the rear passenger door on the right side. It struck a 5-year-old girl before speeding off. Ellison stated the reason he fired his weapon was to get out of the whole situation. Leaper said, according to the driver of the Dodge Ram, he heard a loud pow, but didn't really think that the eventually everyone started freaking out the back seat. According to the sheriff, the driver of the Ram realized one of the passengers had been shot at a Milano speed away, spat close to the Milano, and began firing several shots from his black 42 9mm semi-automatic handgun, one of which went through the rear of the vehicle and struck a 14-year-old girl in the back, causing her to suffer a collapsed lung. According to the Dodge driver, he shot everything that was in the magazine, 7 or 8 rounds, the Leaper said. The mother of one of the children who was shot could be heard on the 911 call. My daughter is being shot. Please help me, she says. A child can also be heard weeping on the call. I don't want to die, the child can be heard saying. As both drivers continued hurling north, people said they spotted Nassau County Sheriff's Office patrol car and stopped. That's when, according to Leaper, the two drivers got out and started arguing and fighting with each other, and the deputy had to break up the fight. The two hurt children were transported to the hospital, and Leaper described the injuries as non-life-threatening. What is scarier than one crazy driver with a gun? Than two crazy drivers with a gun. Leaper said thankfully no one was killed in this incident, but it could have been very easily turned out that way because two people were acting stupid and let their tempers get the best of them. They could have been two dead kids because of two stupid grown men. At one point, Leaper said there was another pickup truck involved in the road rage, but was not involved in the shooting. According to the sheriff, Allison 43 of Callahan and Hale 35 of Douglas, Georgia, were arrested and charged with attempted murder. They were both booked into the Nassau County Jail and but have since bonded out. Sheriff Leaper urged drivers to not engage someone if they find themselves in a similar situation as one over the weekend. Someone who drives aggressively around you, let him go. Slow down, go the other direction. Get the direction description if you can, and call police, he said. Now, here's the news article.
Exact track 14, tracking and dissecting stores down to your street.
Right now, the St. Louis, 2 men are charged with attempted murder in connection with a road rage incident where 2 children were hurt. That road rage incident stretched several miles from Duval County into Nassau County.
A 5-year-old and a 14-year-old, they were both shot during that road rage incident. News4 Jax reporter Janice Harris joining us live in Nassau County, where it all ended. But Janice, I understand you learned that timeline of what happened during this road rage incident.
And a lot happened within that timeline, and it was just behind me where the men pulled over. Even after those kids were shot, the men still got out of their cars and started to fight. It's Saturday, October 8th, and a shootout just happened on U.S. Highway 1 in Nassau County. A woman calls 911.
Nassau County 911, where is your emergency? Please call me. What is your address? I don't know. You don't know where you're at?
Just minutes before this call, investigators say 43-year-old Frank Allison of Callahan and 35-year-old William Hell of Georgia had a shootout while driving on the highway in Hell's black pickup truck.
Okay, we're gonna stop it there. This is what I'm gonna say. Stupid is as stupid people. Number one, if I was to judge both of them that had no bond, it's attempted murder. It's basically murder. Attempted murder is a serious charge, and I'm surprised that both of them got bonded out. I mean, I'm sorry, there'd have been no bond. Like, this could have ended. So this could have ended so differently. People could have lost their life, and you still would have gave them bond. You gotta think twice. This is why it's very important to maintain safety while driving on a highway. Secondly, why would you even be having a gun in a vehicle with children inside? Third of all, why would you be shooting on an interstate with children in a vehicle? I mean, seriously, both of these fathers should never be able to see their children again. And both fathers should be taking parenting classes because you could have killed each other's children all because y'all want to get past each other, speeding down the interstate. Road rage is a common thing, and it's sad to say, but it's a common thing. It's common. It is. It's very common. And you gotta be careful, especially when children are involved and are in the car. And I'm pretty sure both of them knew that there were children in their vehicles, and both of them decided to pick up a deadly weapon and fire a gun. And it caused children to be shot. It could have been deadly. Let's remember the 14-year-old got shot in her back. That bullet could have went through that lung and hit a main artery or her heart. And the child who was shot in her leg, the left leg, the 5-year-old, bullet could have hit a vein, could have hit an artery. It could have traveled through the body and hit any part of the body. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense why people got to use deadly force to get what they want. You choose deadly force with children in a vehicle. Both of them have never been able to touch a gun again. They will never be able to drive again. And they'll be taking classes for the next 30 years. Because this is unbelievable. Those innocent children should never been shot at like that. They should never been hit with bullets. Because, again, there should have never been guns pulled out. And there should have never been, there should never been firing at each other. Knowing that there were children in the vehicle. I don't understand why people put their children in danger, harm's way. Some people don't need children. These two fathers obviously do not need children. Like, comment, and subscribe. Turn your post notifications on. Subscribe to all the channels. We're on channel 5 out of 6. This story happened back. Let me see when it happened. I never talked about this story, but I'm going to talk about it now. E.
Mystery singer will be unmasked and the last singer turned out. You see my pinky in the kitchen? Listen, every mystery singer tonight is working to join Firefly in the season finale. Don't go anywhere, y'all.
With Flonase, allergies don't have to be scary. Flonase gives you long-lasting, 24-hour, non-drowsy.
So here's the story we'll talk about.
For your most brilliant smile, Crest has you covered.
We're going to talk about 6-year-old Garfield County girl who died in a crash over the summer. Her name is Journey Schaffner, Jurnee, Schaffner, Schoffner. There's a picture right there. And it says, and this comes from Greensboro, North Carolina. The Gulfport County Board of Education remembered 3 students who died in the past year at a Tuesday's night meeting. One of those children was Journey Schaffner, a 6-year-old elementary school student who died in a car accident in July. District leaders will plant a garden full of flowers outside the kindergarten classroom as a gesture Journey's parents are grateful for, but they know nothing will fill the hole in their hearts. My 6-year-old little girl is gone, and I'm never going to see her again because of the situation. And I miss her every day, and I just want her back, said Latasha Schaffner, Journey's mother. Latasha cried in her husband's trailer as he wrapped his arm around her. The two listened to members of the Gulfport County Board of Education read a tribute about their daughter. Then they ran around and shook board members' hands as they offered their condolences. It's been about 3 months since Latasha and Sharon lost their 6-year-old daughter, who would have been at first grader at elementary school this year. This has been one of the most terrifying career birth situations I have been through, Latasha said. Latasha, Sharon, and the 2 children were driving down Interstate 85 near Finch Farm Road in Monmouth County early in the morning on July 10th. They were headed to the airport for a trip to Mexico. Highway Patrol Trooper Natasha Poindexter at the back of the Schaffner's vehicle. Skid marks show where the family's car left the road and went through the grass, hitting several trees before stopping. We were just heading for an amazing family vacation, and our lives have been turned upside down ever since, said Sharon Schaffner, Journey's dad. Journey then survived her injuries. Her parents and brother had to be taken to the hospital for theirs. The remaining family is physically healed, but emotionally it's going to take longer. We still have the suitcases on the bed, Sharon said. We tried to leave her room untouched. We were there for a moment, but it's been hard. So if you do not know, Poindexter is facing several charges, including second-degree murder, felony death by motor vehicle, and driving while impaired. Troopers said her blood alcohol content was 0.15 by the time she got to the hospital. Now, if you don't know what happened to Johnny Schaffner, who was 6 years old, the story is her brother, her mother, and her dad was in a vehicle. They were heading to the airport so they were going to Mexico for a trip. And a female driver who was drunk hit the back of the vehicle. Their vehicle swerved off the road and hit a tree. Jenny died from her injuries. The other 3 were taken to the hospital for treatment. And Poindexter was arrested and charged with second-degree murder, felony death by motor vehicle, and driving while impaired. So she was driving drunk. Now, what I don't understand is why people think that driving drunk is okay. It's not okay. People's lives get ruined every single day by drunk driving. It's not okay to drive drunk. You killed an innocent child who's 6 years old. And I hope that they throw the book at Poindexter. Because if she knew she was drunk and she still got behind the wheel and chose to be callous and it is ignorant. It is very ignorant to get in a vehicle knowing that you're intoxicated, knowing that you're drunk, and driving that vehicle. Now, a 6-year child is dead because of your ignorance. Because of your ignorance. But you can't remember this. Women always get slapped on the wrist. Then let's do this. If a black man drove that vehicle and caused that, do you think he'd be charged with second-degree murder? Probably not. He would have been charged with first-degree murder. See, women always get a slap on the wrist. She should be facing first-degree murder charges because she knew she was drunk. It was intentional. She got in that vehicle impaired, drove the vehicle, and caused a deadly accident. So, I mean, I'm sorry. She should be charged with first-degree murder in my offense. Rest in peace to Jenny Schaffner. You do not deserve to lose your life. And to the driver, Miss Poindexter, to the drunk driver, you will have your day in court, and justice will be served. And I hope you get the maximum because you should have never been driving that vehicle. Even though I already know you're gonna get up about 20 damn years in prison, but you need to be getting the max. You chose to be a coward. You chose to let alcohol get the best of you, and you caused a deadly accident. So you should serve time for what you did. And let's talk about our final and last story. This is story 6 out of 6.
Miley Cyrus. So initially I was thinking, Noah Cyrus. Yeah. Real talk. This could be, could be. Because I'm just thinking, she was born in Texas. Kid, everyone says no. How dare you? That is not Taylor. This is definitely Kelly Clarkson. I am doubling, I'm tripling down. Kelly Clarkson, your boy's got your back.
This happened a day ago.
I don't think it's Kelly, but she can sing, so that's not a bad guess.
New Orleans taking L. It's our last story, 6 out of 6. We're talking about these two men. One black, one white. Here we go. 2 New Orleans men are booked with Child P. I'm not going to say the word because I want to get copyrighted. 2 New Orleans men were arrested on Child P counts after state investigators said they used a social media platform to share videos depicting children as young as infants and toddlers being raped. Court records show Enel Banks, 31, and Matthew Pham, 37, were arrested Tuesday, October the 11th, and made their first appearance Wednesday in the Orleans Parish Magistrate Court. Banks was booked with 40 counts of Child P, but Magistrate Commissioner Robert Blackburn only found probable cause on 6 counts and set Banks' bond at $12,000. Pham was booked with 25 counts of Child P, but Blackburn again found probable cause for only 6 counts and set Pham's bond also at $12,000. According to the arrest warrant affidavit, special agents of the Louisiana Bureau of Investigation Cyber Crime Unit received a separate report from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children in July. The report alerted Agents to online activity or accounts linked to banks which allegedly involved the uploading of images of journalists to Snapchat as far back as May 30th. Special Agent Lindsay Tonglet reported the evidence was gathered over the past few months through subpoints issued to social media and telecommunications companies used by the suspects. On Tuesday, agents executed a search warrant at Banks' home and Gently Tonglet wrote that Banks gave a statement to agents after his arrest, in which he admitted to being the owner of the reported Snapchat account and that he recalls sending the video of child P to another Snapchat user. According to social media profiles, Banks attended Warren Eastern High and the University of New Orleans, where he studied education. Graham also identifies himself as a former UNO student who now works as a supervisor for a security guard company after studying marine biology. I'm not There's no video, but let's talk about this for a second. These two gentlemen are the most nasty, despicable people alive. Secondly, I talk a lot about um, monitoring. And what that means is that monitoring means monitoring your children. Okay. You have a lot of parents who do not monitor their children on these social media platforms, such as TikTok, Snapchat, um, Omegle, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You know, there are real life predators in America. And it's the adult's job to maintain safety grounds for your children and know who your children are talking to on the internet and speaking with on the internet and dealing with on the internet and knowing who your children's friends are. You should always know who your children associate with and hang around. It's very important. And the fact that these guys' intentions were to make toddlers and infants do graphic things, it's heartbreaking. It's sad that the world we live in is just so disgusting. And I also want to shout out Polk County, Florida, deputy sheriff who cracks down on predators because imagine just just what I'm saying, just imagine men and women walking through doors of children and having quote unquote fun time with children. It would be bizarre. You know, we gotta do better in America. You got people out here, what I'm saying, attempting to and are committing horrible crimes against children, you know, and those people should be doing natural life in prison just alone for speaking with children underage. It is despicable. It's nasty. And it tells what type of character you are. Gotta do better, people. We gotta do better. That's I'm talking to the parents out here. You gotta focus and you gotta know what your children are doing on the internet. It's your job as parents. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, turn on your bells so you'll be notified every single time I drop a brand new video. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this channel. Save Our Children TV. Crime Time and Charles Reactions. So this channel is SAVEChildrenT Save Our Children TV. Crime Time is CRIMETINE. Crime Time. And Charles Reaction is CHARLESREACTION. Charles Reaction. TION. Charles Reactions. Okay? And S on the end of the end. So Charles Reactions, Crime Time, and Save Our Children TV. Subscribe today to all three. I will soon be dropping my winter / holiday merch. It's gonna be homemade. I'm gonna buy the shirts and I'm gonna create the merch. So please make sure you are subscribed on all of my social medias so you'll be notified when I drop my videos. Thank you guys so much, and thank you guys for listening to my particular stories. I will see you guys. Let's see. Hold on, give me a second. I will see you guys on Monday. So I'll see you guys on this channel on Monday. Have a great weekend. And don't forget to subscribe on this channel. Don't forget to subscribe on my second channel. And don't forget to subscribe on my third channel. Okay? Save Our Children TV, Crime Time, and Charles Reactions. Thank you guys so much for watching. Till next time. Peace.